But let's talk about this, man. Your boy, man, B Dot dropped a top 10 rapper list so far of 2021.
2021.
He is known for this. If you don't know B Dot, he is the co-host of the Rap Radar podcast with Elliot Wilson. They got title connections, they got connections to hold, so I think a little bias here. So let's put that out. The Rock Nation should have joined on this list, but let's talk about it. Man, we got, let's just go from 10 to 1. We got Jim Jones, we got Jay-Z, we got Nas, we got Freddie Gibbs, we got Drake, Benny the Butcher, Conway, Lil Wayne, J. Cole, and Lil Baby ends the list at number 1. Or I should say starts at 1. But nonetheless, Johnny, what do you have? You got any thoughts about this?
First of all, the title of this list is a good one. Mm-hmm. 10 best rappers of 2021 so far. Mm-hmm. I think the so far part makes this a great. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it matters. It matters. Because we're only at the beginning of June. Yep. Who knows what the hell is going to happen the rest of the year? Yep. So first, great. That's great. Mm-hmm. I am completely okay with Lil Baby being number 1. 100%.
Yeah, me too.
It's that. There it is. I'm not mad at Conway, Benny. I'm not mad at Conway and Benny being on this list.
Okay.
I'm not sure how I feel about them being at 4 and 5. Mm-hmm. I might have Conway at like 2 or 3 to be honest. Mm-hmm. J. Cole, this year is the first time we've heard from J. Cole since KOD, right?
Well, I mean, album-wise, yeah.
Album-wise? Yeah. Has he been on any features? I might have missed him.
Feature-wise, I mean, well, he dropped the No Name track, last year, I think. Remember when, him and No Name got into it? Remember that song? And then, he had Lion King on Ice. Like, he had a song, he had songs.
Okay, I got you.
He had, little one-off singles, yeah. So.
Got you. I'm not mad at J. Cole being on this list because of the album he put out this year.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about him being at number 2 though.
Yeah.
Why is Drake on this list?
There's a lot of legacy picks on here. I'm not gonna okay, you put Jay-Z on here. If you go put him in, he has to be bottom. He gotta be 10. He's been active, more verses than anything. People criticize the fuck out these verses, but decent verses nonetheless, right?
Yeah.
Nas, I can see having Nas on here. For sure. I don't even refute that. As much people say I hate Nas.
They do.
Lil Wayne being that high, I don't know. I'm not feeling that. Drake being 6, I really don't like that, especially when has Drake dropped anything in 2021? Oh well, the 3-pack. The 3-pack. But the 3-pack really wasn't.
It wasn't really.
Is that enough?
I know. I don't think so.
Well, the thing is, Jim Jones is on here. Now, what has Jim Jones done in 2021? Now, if that's the case, yeah, Drake deserves it. Because at least Drake has a body of work, whether it be an EP or not, right? Jim Jones, I thought El Capo, that was the last thing, right? And he put out a deluxe joint. That was last year still.
Yeah. And I mean,
Freddie being this low kind of disturbs me too.
And I feel like if...
Well, hold on, Freddie hasn't done anything. I'm still thinking about last year.
Yeah. Right. Now, if I'm looking at this list, Jim Jones is on here.
Yeah.
Why is the baby not on here?
Now that's a fair person for you to bring up. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a reason why not. A reason why to put him on here, and why not. I'm trying to think of both reasons.
And it's like, he says this list is based on skill, performance, and presence.
Jim Jones shouldn't be on here.
I agree.
I don't think Jim should be on here.
If anything, and these are people that I know of that I don't really listen to that much, but 42 Doug, I feel like he would have to be on this list.
Well, hey, let's give it a debate, right? There's not a lot of Southern representation on this
Facts.
list. But if you want to be honest, who had number 1 albums this year? Moneybagg Yo, he's not on here. Rod Wave, he's not.
Yes.
Here. I'm just saying,
if that's the way we're going,
if that's the way we're going, keep it fair because most of the Southern artists are probably the ones that are most streamed, and I'm not taking off Conway or Benny based off the fact of they have skill and presence. Yep. But if you're talking about success, That matters.
I agree.
That matters.
I agree.
So if you're talking about Moneybagg Yo from Memphis has a #1 album this year, he's on the list.
100%.
Stop playing. Like, stop playing with these men in their face,
It's
bro.
facts. It's facts.
Like I said, there's a lot of legacy on here.
Is
Like if we being honest, okay.
Is this just
Take
an old
Jay-
head list?
Yeah, take Jay and Nas off.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm being fair. I'm being fair. Take Jay and Nas off.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, yeah, the skill may still be there, but there's no body of work this year.
Yeah, and shit, and Jim Jones.
Yeah,
Gotta
Jim
take Jim Jones off too. This is interesting.
And then Lil Wayne too. Lil Wayne, but he had a feature or two.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's
Yeah,
like you gotta shuffle it up.
And if that's the case, Nas should definitely be ahead of Lil Wayne.
Oh yeah, we talking about like what he's done on his feature verses.
Mm-hmm.
I would take Nas over Lil Wayne. Well, if that's the case, well, Nas goes back on it. That takes Wayne and Jay off.
Yep.
Which is fine with me.
He was bored. He was bored.
Like I said, man, B. Dot. Well, I haven't said it, but B. Dot and Elliot Wilson are terrorists. They do this all the time. Have you ever noticed, like, B. Dot puts out lists and it just tears up the timeline?
It does. Yeah. It's because he put out. No, there was like a podcast that put out the top 50 rappers list, right?
Yeah.
A few years ago, and then B. Dot was the one that put his out. He like hand wrote it or some shit, and then that shit went into frenzy.
Yep.
And if we can, man, wouldn't DMX have to go on her too then? No. Okay.
No, absolutely not.
Never mind.
No. No, we did a lot of legacy, you know. Rest in peace to X, but no, absolutely not. We like that album because of everything else.
Okay, you're right. Oh, that's facts. That's facts. Yeah, man, this was crazy. This shit was crazy, man. So I would take off Wayne, take off Nas, Jay-Z, Jim Jones. All right, cool. We took them off, right?
But
We keep Baby Conway, Benny, Drake, and Freddie. Who we put on there? What four we put on there?
Yeah,
I'm going Moneybagg, yo.
I'll go Moneybagg too. I know that might sound crazy to some of y'all. Fuck that. Moneybagg got joints already. This is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It says so far we put Lloyd on here. Shit, he got an album that's flames. He can be 10. Like if you don't like it, like
okay. So we going Moneybagg and Lloyd.
it's like you can put Lloyd Banks on.
Yeah.
Now if you want to put the baby on here, I'm not fighting you on it. But then again, I don't know enough about him. Like this year, you know what I'm saying?
Me either, but I just feel like he's been consistently on the run, and maybe it's because he's still being nominated for awards and shit too. I don't even know if he's put out music this year, so maybe he should go on here.
I don't think so.
Maybe
Maybe it's a feature.
Okay.
Maybe. I'm just trying to go through my music and see if somebody likes Stripes.
City Girls.
Nah.
I mean, well, Nicki put out like her old mixtape, so that don't count.
That don't count. Like the only reason Drake stays is because Drake had the EP and all those songs charted.
Yeah.
Every single one. So I don't know, but I don't know if maybe I just can't come up with 10 rappers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then based off of sidebar. Like 42 Doug is a Detroit artist, but he's signed to CMG, which is Yo Gotti's imprint.
Okay.
Yo Gotti has Black Youngster, he has Moneybagg, he has ESDG, if anybody's familiar. He has 42 Doug. He has a lot of street artists. And if you go check streaming numbers as a collective, they do numbers.
Out of here.
That counts for something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where it counts, but it counts for something. Stop playing on these young boys' names, man.
That's true.
Would you put Pooh Shiesty on there?
I mean,
Back in Blood is going up. I'm just saying. I'm not putting Dirk though.
Jack Harlow.
Now you're right with that because his album came out the end of 2020.
Okay.
And so it didn't make any list.
Yeah.
It's solid enough, and you still see him present.
Definitely put Jack
For
Harlow on there. Facts. That's it. There we go.
Yeah. we just answered this.
Just like that. I love it. I love it.
We a dope here.
That's great.
But yeah, I know y'all probably yelling at us by now, but just let us know what y'all think about at least B-Dot's list, and then what do you think about those substitutions? So
yeah, we're gonna have to put that out.